So we've literally just come out the G-Tech Community Stadium and it's finished Wolverhampton Wanderers coming back from a goal down to with the Ruben Neves worldie to draw 1-1. I'm with Gaff, I'm with Paul, and I'm with Balak. How are you feeling after that, mate?
First of all, I think it has to be said it's not an easy place to come here. They're off the back of a 4-0 defeat, as are we. And when you go a goal down, you immediately start to fear the worst. But we showed some good character to come back, and I think it's the first time we've scored an equaliser in 13 matches this season. Progress,
Gaff.
Yeah, I like what Paul said. You know, I thought we went 1-0 down. Our team this season's folded, but we came in and got a quick goal, and that was the important thing, to get a quick goal.
And what a goal.
What a goal. He passed it into the net, didn't he?
Ruben.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Ruben Neves, special as always. Balak, your thoughts straight after the game? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling encouraged, I think, by what we've seen. I think it'd be easy to get carried away, so I don't think that's something we need to do yet, but there was definitely some shoots of recovery there. I think some of the players in that team haven't played together much, this season, but I thought we were very mobile and we looked like we could create more, which I think is going to be the key going forward. Just getting up the table is creating more, and then hopefully convert the chances.
You know what? I saw a team that was fighting for each other today. I saw a team that had a lot of passion towards the end of the game. Even with 10 men in the last 2 minutes, they were trying to get a winner. I don't think anyone went hiding today. I thought the first half was very scrappy. No goal, no shots on target from either side. That was in League One. You'd probably go okay. Second half, it came to life. Deflected goal for Brentford. I think the shot took a deflection and went in. I'll tell you what though, the crowd, when that goal went in, lifted the players. They responded. The fans got behind them, and Ruben called for it. Boubacar left it, and he literally stroked in the net. Brilliant goal.
Moved, did he?
Oh, the goalie never moved. It was a brilliant goal, and to be honest, I thought if there was anyone that was going to win it in the second half, it was probably us. I know we had a few hairy, scary moments at the back. The other talking point is Costa's red card, alleged butting of heads, alleged headbutt. Would you believe that's his 95th game in the Premier League and the first time he's been sent off? What did you make of that?
I've only seen a very grainy replay on the screens. I think the first thing is that all afternoon the referee made problems for himself by not picking up the fact that there was a foul on him first. He was being wrestled when he was trying to run into the box. But from the quick replay, I think he has given the referee a decision to make, because it looks like he has lowered his head towards him. And no matter how bad the contact, you don't have to break someone's nose to get a red card. If you're going to put your head in, then you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, you sometimes think the guys in the VAR or whatever, or the ref, are looking at that and thinking, oh, it's Diego Costa, he's got a rep, let's give him a red card. I don't know whether they can appeal. We'll have to watch it back. I've not seen it properly.
That's his first red card, though, because you think he's one of those players, isn't he?
He's had a double yellow.
Has he had a double yellow?
Yeah, I think Paul's right, though. You can't really give the ref a decision to make, because once you give them that decision, they're only going to go kind of one way. And I think what's more disappointing is that, I agree with Paul. I think the ref could have managed the game better, and you think that wouldn't happen. I mean, you can't condone it, but you just think if the refs manage the game better, then that maybe doesn't happen. Losing him for 3 games is going to be a massive loss now. So.
Well, this is a referee that was basically stopped from refereeing in the Premier League for 4 years. Is it first game back today?
First game back, yeah. And I thought he was absolutely diabolical. Honestly, he seemed to give everything the wrong decision.
And we will, if you're a Brentford fan, to be fair, we will be obviously having a bit of gold tinted glasses. But come on, he books Semedo in the first minute. He's on a yellow card for the rest of the game. There's similar challenges that have gone unbooked on the other side, and that's why the Wolves fans were getting frustrated, because it did seem from our perspective that we were getting the wrong side of what the referee was doing. And when he gave a yellow card to Brentford in something like the 80th minute, it was probably the biggest cheer. However, we did have some joy. We got to see a wonderful, wonderful Ruben Neves goal. Paul, your man of the match today and your performance rating?
I think Hugo Bueno runs him close, because I thought he defended well and provided a threat going forwards. But I think anything that's good about our attack play at the moment is through Podence. Very skillful. He never hides. I think he's aggressive at trying to win the ball back as well. So I really enjoyed watching him play today. What he does need is to try and get that end product. He had a couple of situations where you thought, go on, cross it in or put it in the back of the net, and it didn't quite come off. But I think he was our most inventive player. Overall, I give the performance rating a 7. I thought we looked much more solid at the back. especially after the performance against Leicester. And I think of the two teams, we probably shaded it today. So
the stats do pack that out,
yeah.
actually.
So overall, I'm pretty pleased with the response that's been shown. Now they've got to take it against Brighton, which won't be easy next week.
But they've just beaten Chelsea 4-1.
Picking up points is essential, however you do it when you're down the bottom of the table. So it's one towards our tally and hopefully one towards staying up.
Balak, your thoughts?
I think it'd be difficult to pick a player today that's really had a bad game, really. I think they've all been, 6s and 7s out of 10. For me, I'd give it Bueno. I think for a player that's just coming into the team and playing like his third game, he plays like someone that's played a lot more than that. He's aggressive, he's good defensively, he's good going forward, he's got a great delivery. So, it's something that we can look for on that side for a bit more balance, where you've got Troy on the right side and you've got Bueno overlapping Podence to provide a bit of width like we saw against Palace. So, yeah, for me, I'd give it Bueno, and I'd agree with Paul, probably a 7 for that.
Fantastic. Chris?
Yeah, I'm struggling to pick Podence or Bueno, really. I think it's got to be Podence, just fraction for me. And 7.5 out of 10. I think it would have been an 8 if we'd have won. We did okay. I'm happier today than I was last week, obviously.
And I'll tell you what, all the fans at the end were showing the players their appreciation. I guess you can say this for most fans of every football team, but the least you want is 150% effort. We've criticised in recent performances that some of the players went missing. No one went missing today, I don't think. Everyone was putting in a shift. Daniel Podence, I know he gives the ball away occasionally, but he always tries to make something happen. He never, ever stopped running the whole game. There's a few opportunities that we maybe could have taken a little bit more clinically, but we've come out with a 1-1. Okay, we finished the game with 10 men, but it's a positive step.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think I'd say as well, it seems like we play a little bit more with freedom away from home. Ironically, like it's almost like last week when we played against Leicester, go a couple of goals down, and then suddenly all the crowds on the team. Whereas here, it was like they were just, there wasn't that kind of reaction when we went a goal down. And I know obviously our points haven't been borne out playing away from home, but like at Palace, we seemed to play a little bit better and was quite, kind of encouraged. And here, again, we showed a good reaction to get the equaliser, which we haven't done any other time this season, and then look positive to go and try and win it.
Well, that's how we're feeling. We're coming out feeling quite positive about that performance. It's a step forward in terms of performance. It's a point away from home. We've got 2 home games coming. They're not going to be easy against Brighton and, of course, Arsenal, but we've got to try and win at least one of those. We've got to make sure that we're going into the World Cup break, not cut adrift. But, a lot better today all the way around, and we're coming out with a point. Costa's obviously an issue because he's going to be out potentially for 3 games now, so there's a decision that's got to be made in terms of the striking options. That seems to be another sort of jinx that happens to us again. We take a step forward and we now got another player out for 3 games, but hey-ho, it's finished here. Brentford 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers. From myself, Chris, Paul and Balak, always Wolves.